The two most popular NBA teams, the Warriors and the Lakers, faced off right on opening night. They went head-to-head from the very first game of the season. LeBron James, who even sparked retirement rumors after that decision throwback, is still recovering from a hip injury and is expected to return sometime in November. Even without him, a matchup between Doncic and Curry is already super exciting, but both teams looked pretty shaky during the preseason. So it felt like they both had to get this opening win. Jonathan Kuminga was in the starting lineup. Luka Doncic nailed a fadeaway jumper for his first bucket of the season, but then quickly turned it over thanks to Draymond Green's defense. Podziemski, who kinda let fans down in the preseason, took advantage of that mistake and set up Jimmy Butler with a clean drive and kick assist. That early hustle from Podziemski really helped the Warriors out. Doncic answered right back with a deep three, and he handled the hard-hedged defense, something he's seen his whole career pretty easily. The Warriors pushed the tempo, and Kuminga and Butler teamed up for a sweet alley-oop. They were showing they weren't gonna back down early.
One of the biggest challenges in making the trade for Doncic was relinquishing so much size. Curry got it. That is automatic for Steph Curry.
Man, you think it's some...
Steph Curry drained a smooth three for his first field goal of the season. It was that classic Draymond Curry connection we've seen 1,000 times. Then Gary Payton II came off the bench and pulled off a nasty block. Golden State's defense gave them a small lead, and Luka drew an offensive foul on Payton II. Yeah, Luka plays defense too. He still got his numbers even with the tight defense. But the Lakers' horrible three-point shooting really held them back. It was obvious they were falling behind in the scoring battle. Buddy Hield even drained a three like he was mocking Marcus Smart's flop, and with a bunch of players chipping in, the Warriors took the lead. To make it worse, Smart gave up a three-point foul to end the quarter. Yeah, that first quarter was definitely disappointing for the home crowd. Vincent finally knocked down a much-needed three in the second quarter, but the Lakers' perimeter shooting stayed pretty bad overall. Then Vanderbilt clashed with Draymond and picked up a technical foul. Draymond doing what Draymond does, getting under people's skin. One bright spot for the Lakers was Austin Reeves stepping up while Doncic was off the floor. But let's be real, the Lakers definitely felt LeBron's absence. Golden State kept having those classic random turnovers. They couldn't pull away as much as they should have. Midway through the quarter, Smart committed an offensive foul on Curry, and after review, it was upgraded to a flagrant foul.
Rebound cleared by Horford. Warriors have looked to run all night. Curry relocates and knocks down the triple.
Then Curry hit a transition three off a pass from Kuminga, and it looked like the Warriors were fully taking control. But then Doncic came up with a huge block on Horford's layup attempt, which could have been a momentum shift for the Lakers. Horford redeemed himself by shutting down DeAndre Ayton on the other end, and then Curry finished off a cut-and layup off a Butler pass.
DeAndre Ayton in this game, still trying to find his rhythm with his new team. Curry, the look away and bank shot.
He added a slick pass fake into a driving layup. Just a reminder, Curry's way more than just a three-point shooter. Then Doncic finished an and-one play, even with tough defense from Kuminga. The Lakers managed to cut it to a two-possession game. And finally, their three-point shots started falling late in the quarter. The home team, which had been trailing all game, finally took the lead.
Different shot clock and game clock to wind down the second quarter. Oh, Doncic, a deep one, he's got it!
On the last possession, Doncic drilled a near-logo three-pointer. Amazing how just a couple of big threes can flip the whole vibe. Doncic already had 22 by halftime and started the second half by drawing another and one against Steph Curry. But Kuminga stepped up big for the Warriors to keep them in control. And hitting back-to-back threes when no one expected it was huge. Kuminga with the surprise three-point game.
This is not a Warriors team that necessarily was super awesome pace-wise last year. Doncic, that is creative on the angle.
Then Luka Magic pulled off another weird and one play, but the home team's late first half three-point spark fizzled out again. Meanwhile, Butler steadily climbed past the 20-point mark. On the other hand, the Lakers lost steam with Ayton looking way too passive, and Austin Reeves getting exposed on defense didn't help either. Golden State, who had briefly lost the lead, stretched it back to double digits. To make it worse, Ayton committed an offensive foul trying to recover. Yeah, Draymond's defense again. Even his go-to mid-range shots just weren't working. Draymond Green and Steph Curry connected on a perfect backdoor play, a moment that felt like the Warriors officially kicking off their season.
It's 100% of the time, which is easier said than done. As Doncic continues to make magic, fading away with another chance.
Doncic, stuck carrying the load alone, still had that elite shooting touch. Jonathan Kuminga hit his 4th three of the game before anyone realized. He's proving exactly why his off-season contract talks dragged out. Doncic kept grinding through for every point he could, but no other Laker scored until halfway through the quarter. Meanwhile, Kuminga kept breaking down Luka's defense with ease, and honestly played beyond all expectations for the visitors. Buddy Hield came off the bench and did his job, hitting threes when it counted. The biggest gap between the two teams? Scoring balance. The Lakers finally got some offense outside of Luka late in the quarter, with Richard even adding a high-energy putback bucket. The Warriors maintained a solid double-digit lead. Of course, the Lakers still had a full 12 minutes to turn things around. But Draymond Green's defense stayed as legit as ever, and he even made a rare impact on offense. Austin Reeves, who had been quiet with foul trouble, managed to draw an and one with Luka off the floor.
2, cut off, 4 to shoot, Green swinging, Hield, another 3, it's pure! Buddy Hield stuck.
Then Buddy Hield showed off his heater, knocking down his 5th triple. The Warriors barely felt Curry's absence at that point. Doncic couldn't afford to rest long and checked right back in. Suddenly, Luka was knocking on the door of a 40-point game. The Lakers were still hanging around just enough to keep hope alive. Out of the timeout, Richard hit his first career 3 off a Curry wraparound pass. Then Doncic crossed 40 points like it was nothing. And with a couple Warriors turnovers, the momentum shifted fast.
Play it's a 7-0 run. Reeves, attack mode for 2! Timeout, Golden State!
Reeves beat Horford with speed and finished a slick layup, and just like that, the Lakers scored 9 straight and made it a game. But the Warriors caught their breath with a corner 3 from Draymond, which stung extra hard since it was Draymond of all people. Curry tried to stretch the lead again, but missed a 3. Slimmer Doncic was guarding him, but he made up for it by blocking Vincent's 3 right after. A Draymond 3 followed by a Curry block. Felt like we were in the twilight zone. Jimmy Butler scored with patience, and the timing was clutch. Butler kept working off Curry's screens to find easy looks, which basically meant the Lakers were running out of steam. Reeves hit a late 3, but the home team just couldn't break through. Their classic issue, bad clutch defense, cost them again. Focusing only on Curry and Butler, the Lakers gave up easy buckets elsewhere.
Inside, Payton, 7 to shoot. Curry, deep 1, bullseye! Steph!
Then Steph Curry buried a deep 3 to end it. A Warriors win always hits better when it ends with a Curry 3. Golden State survived a scare, but every key player showed up and sealed the win. Doncic's 43-point masterpiece just didn't translate to a win, while Curry's threes at the start and finish made all the difference. And Butler ran a masterclass on off-ball movement. For me, the surprise of the night was Kuminga with that smooth 3-ball. If he keeps playing this clean and confident, Golden State might be in for a better season than people expect.